What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the MaddenBallerz YouTube channel and our Georgia State Dynasty. The Panthers improved to 6-0 last week with a comeback victory over Middle Tennessee State. The Panthers were down 17 at halftime, but came back in the second half to get a 42-24 victory over the Blue Raiders. This week, the Panthers head on to the road to face off against 4-1 South Alabama. Both these teams, the Panthers and the Jaguars, coming to this week's game 3-0 in conference play and looking to stay undefeated in the Sun Division standings. Georgia State trying to get to 7-0 with this week's game against South Alabama. The Sun Division standings are bunched up. The top 4 teams are undefeated. Will Georgia State stay undefeated? We will find out next. Georgia State's going to get the ball to start out this game. Smith from under center on 1st and 10. It's going to hand off to George up the middle. He has room to run, and he is going to gain 11 yards and a first down. As you look at his stats on the season so far, over 800 yards rushing. 1st and 10, George gets the handoff, and he is stuffed in the backfield. Nowhere to go. A 4-yard loss on the play. Sets up this 3rd and 14. Smith out of the shotgun looking to pass. Going to fire deep, and a nice one-handed catch by Marcus Jackson for 18 yards and a first down. Another 3rd down for the Panthers on this drive. It's 3rd and 13. Smith scrambling backwards, and he cannot avoid pressure and get the ball off. He loses 13 yards on the sack, and Georgia State has to punt. South Alabama takes over here, and the handoff goes to Jackson. He avoids a tackle, jukes another guy, and gets taken down after a 17-yard gain. 2nd down and 10 now. Out of the shotgun, Joseph's going to hand off to Jackson, and this time Jackson will gain 8 yards, 2 yards short of that first down marker. On 3rd and 2, they would pick it up here with Jackson getting the handoff. A 6-yard gain up the middle for the South Alabama Jaguars. Jackson early on, 3 carries, 31 yards. 2nd and 14 now, handoff to Jackson, and he is going nowhere, stuffed in the backfield for a 3-yard loss. That's going to set up this 3rd and 17 for South Alabama. Joseph looking to pass. He has pressure, and he gets it off, but it is knocked down, incomplete, and that will force a punt. Georgia State takes over here midway through the first quarter. Handoff to Lamont George, trying to get the edge, and he does, but he gets wrapped up by the ankles after a 9-yard gain. 2nd down and 9 now from midfield here. Smith back to pass, looking, pressured, and sacked again for an 8-yard loss. That'll set up 3rd and long for the Panthers. Out of the shotgun here, Smith will look to pass here. He's scrambling around, steps up, fires deep, and caught by David Bailey for 15 yards short of the first down. And Georgia State's going to have to punt at the end of the first quarter. It's all tied up at 0. Defense ruled the first quarter, and South Alabama will get the ball here. Start the second quarter. 2nd and 3, a rollout by Joseph, and a pass downfield to Marcus Reese for 15 yards and a first down. Very next play here out of the shotgun. Joseph's going to fake the handoff, throw deep, and he has a man wide open, but he misses him. Overshoots his receiver, which would have been clearly a touchdown. Instead, it's 3rd and 7 here. Joseph on the delay, handoff to Jackson, and Jackson will be stopped short of the first down. And South Alabama has to punt. Georgia State takes over here. 1st and 10. Smith back to pass, firing deep, and caught by David Bailey. And that's going to be good enough for a first down, a 20-yard gain through the air. Very next play here out of the shotgun. Smith is going to fake the handoff, look to pass here, fire deep, and this one's caught by Marcus Jackson. He is down to the 25-yard line. Another big gain through the air. Looks like the Panthers might have something going here. 2nd and 9 now. Smith's pass downfield is going to be intercepted, intended for Donald Clark, but Anderson comes away with the interception, and Georgia State's drive stalls and ends up with a turnover as South Alabama takes over here. 3rd and 7. The pass to Jordan Thomas is good for 5 yards, but that doesn't give them the first down, and they punt. Georgia State gets good field position here on 1st and 10. A deep pass by Smith downfield to Luther Masses, caught in the end zone for a touchdown. 46 yards on that pass and catch. And the first points of the game are putting up by Georgia State. 7-0 now over South Alabama as the Jaguars take over. Handoff to Kevin Jackson on 1st and 10. And he's got the edge and more into Panther territory. A gain of 30 yards on the ground for Jackson. 1st and 10 now. Joseph takes off on the read option here, keeps it, and gains 8 yards on the play. 2nd down and 2 now, handoff to Jackson. Up the middle he will go, and he will get just enough for that 1st down, keeping the drive alive here. 1st and 10. Joseph out of the shotgun, hands off to Jackson, getting the edge here. He will make his way to the sideline for 10 yards, 11 yards there, and a 1st down. 1st and 10 here. Joseph hands off to Stevenson, and he is stuffed in the backfield by 2 defenders there. Tim Harvey with the tackle. A 3-yard loss on the play sets up a 3rd and 13 here. Joseph back to pass, steps up here, fires to the end zone, double coverage, but somehow Kellen Schmidt comes down with it. A 24-yard touchdown catch, tying this game at 7 apiece here late in the 2nd quarter as the Panthers take over. Smith back to pass, 2nd 11, his pass deep into triple coverage is incomplete, intended for Marcus Jackson. 3rd down and 11 now for the Panthers. Under 2 minutes to go. The handoff goes to Lamont George, and it looks like they're just trying to run that clock, but South Alabama will take a timeout and get the ball back here with just under 2 minutes to go. Joseph back to pass, looking, pressured, cannot find anybody, and he is sacked for a 5-yard loss on the play. The clock is ticking. 2nd and 15 for the Jaguars. Joseph back to pass once again. He's going to dump it off to Kevin Jackson. He will gain 10 yards, setting up a 3rd and short here with under a minute to go. Joseph back to pass, looking, stepping up and firing to the sideline. Caught by Marcus Reese. 18 yards and out of bounds. 1st and 10. Well, 2nd and 5 now. Joseph back to pass. He's going to hit Schmidt over the middle. That one's good for 16 and another 1st down. They're in field goal range now at 2nd and 10. Joseph will hand off to Jackson up the middle. He will get the 1st down to the 7. That'll set up 1st and goal here for the Jaguars. Out of the shotgun, Joseph is going to look to pass. He's going to dump it off to Jackson, who can't go anywhere but backwards there. A 3-yard loss in the play, and they will hurry up to the line here on 2nd and goal. Joseph looking to pass. He's going to fire this one in the end zone, out of the back of the end zone, and that will leave 9 seconds on the clock. 3rd and goal, and they will be going for it here. Joseph looking to get a touchdown, dumps it off to Tanner, but he is wrapped up as soon as he gets the ball, and South Alabama settles for a field goal, making it 10-7 at halftime. After a very defensive start to the 1st half, both teams showed some offense to end the half. A 10-7 game and a tackle for a loss to start the 2nd half by this Georgia State defense. And looking at the halftime stats, both these teams struggling a bit to put up some yards and some points, though, in this game, as South Alabama here has a 3rd and 13 here. And Joseph back to pass, looking to dump it off to Kevin Jackson. He will get the reception, but be short of the 1st down. And South Alabama punts. Georgia State takes over here. 3rd and 5. Smith back to pass here, looking, firing over the middle. And it is caught by David Clark, but then dropped for an incompletion. And Georgia State has the punt. The ensuing punt here is off and downfield, back to return it, and it's off his shoulder, and Georgia State recovers the turnover, and they are in position, field goal position to start out here as Smith takes it on the read option. Up the middle he will go for 9 yards and a 1st and goal now for the Georgia State Panthers here. Handoff to Lamont George is going nowhere. 0 yards on that gain. 2nd and goal now for the Panthers. Smith back to pass here, scrambling out to the right. He's looking, he's firing to the end zone for Donald Clark, but it falls incomplete. Broken up on the play. 3rd and goal here. Smith looking, firing to the end zone, and Marcus Jackson cannot come down with it. He had it in his hands, and instead Georgia State will kick a field goal to tie the game at 10. South Alabama will take over, handoff to Kevin Jackson, breaking tackles and gaining 6 yards on the play. 3rd down and 4 now Joseph is going to keep this one himself on the read option. He has the first down and more, taken down after a nice gain on the ground. 3rd and 15 now for the Jaguars. Joseph setting up the screen, hitting Stevenson on 3rd and 15, and he is down the sideline, and he gains just enough for that first down. Come on, guys, we cannot give that up on 3rd and 15, a screen play. Hand off to Jackson now on 1st and 10, and he will make his way up the middle for 13 yards and a first down. 2nd down and 6 now. Joseph hands off to Stevenson here. Gets the sideline there and will gain 11 yards out of bounds in Panther territory at the 21. 1st and 10. Joseph hands off to Stevenson, going to the right side this time, and he is going to make his way inside the 10, down to the 4.5, a 15-yard gain. 1st and goal, South Alabama. Joseph back to pass on 1st and goal, and he will throw that one into the dirt. He could not find anyone open. 3rd and goal now for the Jaguars. As the handoff goes to Jackson, he throws a guy to the ground, but backup is there, and we stop them and force them into a field goal, making it 13-10. Georgia State takes over here, 3rd and 7. Smith back to pass over the middle. He hits Marcus Jackson at midfield for a first down catch, and at the end of 3 quarters, South Alabama's on top, 13-10. It all comes down to the 4th quarter. Will Georgia State get the comeback victory again, or will South Alabama prevail? 2nd and 5, the pass downfield to David Bailey is caught for a first down inside the 20. 1st and 10, Georgia State. Smith hands off to Lamont George, and he's hit, and the ball's loose. And South Alabama recovers. The 2nd turnover of the day for Georgia State is a big one. That could have been the game right there as South Alabama takes over, and this pass to Reese breaks a tackle into Georgia State territory, 37 yards on the play. South Alabama is taking this game in its hands here. Handoff to Kevin Jackson. That's a first down run. Very next play here for the Jaguars. Joseph is going to hand off to Stevenson. He's going to break one tackle, but he's taken down by the 2nd guy for a 5-yard loss. 3rd and 7 now for the Jaguars. Joseph hands off to Stevenson, and he is mauled in the backfield for a 4-yard loss. That's going to lead to a field goal by South Alabama. 16-10 lead as we get our first studio update of the day. Number 9 Florida beats number 2 Wake Forest, an upset in the top 10. 1st and 10 now for Georgia State here. Smith back to pass, caught by Marcus Jackson for a 9-yard gain. They would pick up the first down. Later on in the drive, it's 2nd and 10. Smith back to pass again, setting up the screen to Lamont George, and he is weaving his way through defenders for 8 yards, and they would pick up the first down in 3rd and 2. 1st and 10 now. Smith back to pass, firing deep, and this one's caught by Marcus Jackson for a first down and a flag on the play. A 15-yard face mask. 2nd and 7 with under 2 to go now. Smith back to pass again, and a wide open Taylor Phillips makes the grab inside the 15. 1st and 10 from the 14 here for Georgia State. Smith back to pass, looking, firing, and it is incomplete. Broken up by Preston Anderson. 3rd down and 7 now for Georgia State. They need a first down here, otherwise it'll be 4th and 7, and the pass is broken up in the end zone by Anderson once again. It all comes down to 4th and 7 here. Can the Panthers get the first down or a touchdown? And the catch by Mark Espinoza is good for a first down, down to the 1. 1st and goal to go. Smith will hand off to Mark Culver up the middle into the end zone for the touchdown, and Georgia State will take a 17-10 lead off of Culver's touchdown after the extra point. The ensuing kickoff here by Georgia State is back in the end zone. Schmidt will take it out past the 10, past the 20, breaks out to the sideline there, past the 50. Can we catch him? 15 seconds to go. The defenders are closing, and we slow him down just enough to get him inside the 10, and that will set up a field goal attempt here by South Alabama with 5 seconds to go. It's up and good, and South Alabama takes a 19-17 lead with 1 play left for Georgia State to get this win. It is no good, batted around and incomplete, and South Alabama comes back and wins this game with just seconds to go. Dan Butler, your player of the game. Georgia State, number 17 Georgia State, 6-0 coming in, goes down to South Alabama 19-17. Taking a look at scores from other games around the country this week, number 19 North Carolina goes down to Georgia Tech. Middle Tennessee State blows out Idaho 44-13. Looking at the stats from our game today, both these teams led in certain categories, but South Alabama came away with the victory after that long return there at the end of the game. Players of the game for Georgia State, Steve Smith, 13 for 26, 230 yards and a touchdown, and Tim Harvey on defense, 12 tackles, 5 for a loss. We will go ahead and look at some recruiting news here. Nate Hawkins, 81 overall, middle linebacker, commits to Georgia State here. And what happens to Georgia State in the standings? They go back to number 25, 6-1 and number 25 in the country. Week 9 is a bye week, so we will go ahead and advance to Week 10. And more recruiting news here. Thomas Rodriguez, one of our top overall recruits, 81 overall outside linebacker, commits to South Carolina. And also, we have Mark Sparks committing to Georgia Tech and Rodney Little committing to Central Michigan. So we advance to Week 10, and Georgia State, after the bye week, moves up to number 22 in the country. We'll be back at home this week, facing off against Western Kentucky 4-3 against the 6-1 Georgia State Panthers. Come back to the MaddenBallerz channel for the next week's game. And if you like this one, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you already haven't subscribed, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode.